Hello students, I'm Dr. Madhvika Mathur. Welcome to another video on Gyandut lecture series. Today's topic of discourse is Ulysses, a poem by the great Victorian poet Lord Alfred Tennyson. The poem is a dramatic monologue spoken by Ulysses. He not only expresses his discontent, but also describes his desire to keep sailing. पोम शुरू करने से पहले मैं आपको टेनिसन के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहूंगी. So first thing, Tennyson, he was born in Somersby, Lincolnshire in England in year 1809. He studied at Cambridge and there he formed a deep attachment to Arthur Helen. Sudden death of Helen came as a shock for him. His profound grief led to most of his best poetry, including In Memoriam, the passing of Arthur, Ulysses, and Tithonus. टेनिसन के बहुत क्लोज फ्रेंड थे आर्थर हेलम, और आर्थर हेलम की सेरेब्रल हेमरेज से 22 इयर्स में ही डेथ हो गई थी. सो उस समय उन्हें बहुत गहरा शॉक लगा और उसके बाद उन्होंने जो पोम्स लिखी ज्यादातर वो उनके फ्रेंड को डेडिकेटेड थी. He excelled at short lyrics, यानी लंबी पोम्स के साथ कुछ उन्होंने शॉर्ट लिरिक्स भी लिखी, such as Break, 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 The Charge of the Light Brigade, Tear, Idle Tears, and Crossing the Bar. His long poems include The Lotus Eaters, The Lady of Shalott, and Idylls of the King. In the year 1850, he was conferred with the title of the Poet Laureate, and this continued for much of Queen Victoria's reign. यानी पोएट लॉरिएट बनने के बाद जब तक क्वीन विक्टोरिया थी, पूरे उस समय के दौरान वह पोएट लॉरिएट रहे, क्योंकि वो उनको बहुत, उनकी राइटिंग्स को बहुत अप्रिशिएट करती थी, बहुत एडमायर करती थी. Now, Tennyson, he is the 9th most frequently quoted writer in the Oxford Dictionary of Quotations. So this is a very interesting fact about Tennyson. So I'll share a few of his quotation. First one is, my strength is as the strength of 10 because my heart is pure. It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. To strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. There is not to reason why, there is but to do and die. ये कुछ एक उनकी बहुत फेमस फ्रेजेस हैं जो आज भी हमारे जीवन में आप देखेंगे उतने ही सार्थक हैं जितने उस समय हुआ करते थे. Now the thing, the first question which will come to your mind is, who is Ulysses? So here is the answer to that. Odysseus, also known by the Greek variant Ulysses, is a legendary Greek king of Ithaca and the hero of Homer's epic poem, the Odyssey. So Odysseus also plays a key role in Homer's Iliad. Dante's Inferno, Ulysses, आप देखिए difference है pronunciation में. Ulysses is condemned to hell for his pursuit of knowledge beyond human bounds and for his adventures in disregard of his family. So Ulysses कौन थे? एक Greek hero थे. He was king of Ithaca and he had participated in Trojan War. इन्हीं के ऊपर और भी इन्हीं को सब्जेक्ट बनाते हुए ग्रीक में, इटालियन में एपिक्स लिखे गए, जिनमें से होमर की ओडिसी, Iliad, and Dante's Inferno in Italian. Now coming to the origin of the poem. Ulysses, he is a Greek hero in Trojan War, a war which was fought between the prince of Troy, and the name of the prince is Paris, and the king of Sparta. और किंग का नाम क्या है? मेनिलियस. इन दोनों के बीच में जो वॉर हुई ट्रॉय में, उसे ट्रोजन वॉर कहा जाता है. and that war continued for 10 years. 10 सालों तक ये war चली थी. और reason क्या था इसमें, इस war का? That Helen of Troy, she was abducted, and Menelaus called upon the other suitors to honor their oaths and helped him to retrieve her. On attempt that leads to Trojan War. यानी किंग ऑफ स्पार्टा की वाइफ थी हेलेन, उन्हें प्रिंस ऑफ ट्रॉय पेरिस जो है वो एब्डक्ट करके ले जाते हैं. ही फॉल्स इन लव विद हर, उनको अपने साथ ले जाते हैं और उनको वापस लाने के लिए जो है ये ट्रोजन वॉर लड़ी गई. इट इज कंसिडर्ड शी वाज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल लेडीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड एट द टाइम. सो आफ्टर द फॉल ऑफ ट्रॉय, Ulysses travels for 10 years, reaches home and reassert his place as king of Ithaca. Despite his reunion with his family, he yearns to explore the world again till his last breath. And he is husband of Penelope and father of Telemachus and Achilles. So, हेलेन को बचाने के लिए जब मेनेलियस बुलाते हैं, तो वो हेल्प के लिए जिन सबको बुलाते हैं, सबने ओथ ली थी हम एक दूसरे की हेल्प करेंगे कभी कोई वॉर होती है तो इसमें यूलिसेस जो थे, यूलिसेस भी हेल्प करने जाते हैं इनकी, किंग ऑफ स्पार्टा की. और ये वॉर 10 इयर्स तक चली और फिर 10 साल के बाद में यूलिसेस वापस इथाका लौट के आते हैं. सो दिस पर्टिकुलर पोम, इट इज अबाउट यूलिसेस. और यूलिसेस कौन है? यूलिसेस इथाका के किंग हैं जिन्होंने ट्रोजन वॉर में पार्टिसिपेट किया था. सो नाउ I'll begin with the explanation of this poem. So one more thing before I begin. On the left hand side, you can see there is text of the poem. उल्टे हाथ पर poem का text है और right hand side पर आप देखेंगे जो words underline किए गए हैं उनका meaning दिया गया है. ताकि आपको कोई confusion ना हो, इसलिए मैं आपको बता रही हूँ. Underline किए हुए words का सीधे हाथ पर उनका meaning लिखा गया है. So it little profits that an idle king by this still earth among these barren crags. So little profits, which means it is of little benefit or it is pointless. Among these barren crags, matched with an aged wife, I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race. So the very opening line you can see, Ulysses, he is expressing his disappointment. He is expressing his frustration at how dull and pointless his life is now. How pointless and dull he is finding his life right now as the king of Ithaca, because he is trapped on this barren crags, that is on this rocky island of Ithaca. He is trapped here on this island of Ithaca. Just a second, please. I meet and dole unequal laws unto a savage race. So he meet and dole, again, the meaning is given there. Meet and dole, it means to give out by measures. So what is he saying? He is there on this rocky island along with his wife who has grown old, and he spent most of his time enforcing law that varies. Okay, law that varies. Unequal law is law that varies, because he attempts to govern people whom he considers a savage race. Savage race is uncivilized subjects. He considers his citizens to be uncivilized. So he's spending his time on a rocky island of Ithaca along with his old wife, and most of his time is spent enforcing this imperfect law in governing his people, and he considers his subjects as uncivilized. That hoard and sleep and feed and know not me. So we can see there is a complaint. He's saying these people, what do? Most of the time, he is literally comparing them to animals. That these people, they sleep, they eat, and they hoard food. They collect food just like animals. And they are not aware of who Ulysses is. Okay, they do not know who Ulysses really is or what sort of life Ulysses has led. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. So what is he saying? He is yearning to travel the world as he used to do earlier. I cannot rest from travel. That is, he cannot sit here idly on this island. He wished to travel the world. I will drink life to the lees. Here he is talking about enjoying the life to the last breath or to the last drop. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. Now, what is he telling us? That one thing he is yearning, he yearns to travel the world as he used to. He doesn't want to be stopped and stuck on this island. And all times I have enjoyed, that is, he has found joy every moment he has traveled. So traveling gave him that joy. Even at the time when he was suffering. He suffered greatly, that is while traveling on his voyage, he even suffered. But he claims that that was the time which he had enjoyed the most. He found joy both with his faithful crew members and also when he was alone. That is when he was on his own, when he was by himself. So, जो भी समय रहा, चाहे वो अपने क्रू मेंबर्स के साथ थे या कई बार वो अकेले ट्रैवल कर रहे थे, हमेशा उन्होंने कब एंजॉय किया? जब वो सी में ट्रैवल कर रहे थे. On shore and when through scudding drifts the rainy Hades vexed the dim sea. So both when he was on shore means when he was on land, and when he was sailing the sea through the rainstorm. आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं scudding drift. It means sudden, on the right hand side, sudden shower of rain. That is when there was rainstorm. That time also he had enjoyed sailing through the sea. So whether he was on land or he was sailing, whether he was leading a comfortable life while traveling or when he was facing the rainstorm, every time he enjoyed that sail. I am become a name for always roaming with a hungry heart. I am become a name. That means I have become famous. He has become a synonym of adventure. Who? Ulysses. Name of Ulysses is a synonym of adventure because he has explored, or because he is an explorer. He has explored throughout the world. And he is always roaming with a hungry heart. Hungry heart, you can see it is an alliteration, sound of H, repetition of H. And hungry heart is insatiable heart, जो कभी satisfied हुआ ही नहीं. कितना भी उन्होंने travel क्यों नहीं किया throughout the world, but his heart is not satisfied. He wishes to travel more and more. Much have I seen and known. Cities of men and manners, climates, councils, government. So now we can see Ulysses, he is reflecting what he has seen in last so many years. So he has seen and he has learned a number of things. He has visited number of places where people live. They had different type of lifestyle. He has met people with different cultures, ways of governing themselves, that was also different. So he had been traveling and this is how he is sharing his experience. Myself not least, but honored of them all. That is, wherever he went, he was shown honor and respect by all. जितना भी उन्होंने travel किया, हर जगह उन्हें respect मिला. and drunk delight of battle with my peers, far on the ringing plains of windy Troy. So, what is he saying? He found joy while fighting alongside his soldiers. Men he honored, these were the men he respected. He fought battle in the ringing plains of windy Troy. Ringing plains. Here the sound is of ringing, the plains. How does the plane ring? This is the sound of the echo of the battle sounds. किसकी आवाज सुनाई पड़ती है? रिंगिंग साउंड किसकी है? बैटल की, लड़ाई जो लड़ी जा रही है, वहां जो लोगों की आवाजें हैं, हथियारों की जो आवाजें हैं, वेपन्स की जो आवाजें, उसकी आवाज को उन्होंने कहा है रिंगिंग प्लेन्स of windy Troy, because it was on the seaside, so it was windy. So he had felt honored and he had enjoyed fighting along with his fellow men. I'm a part of all that I have met. So what does he feel? That he has become a part of all those whom he met. Yet all experience is an arch wherethrough gleams that untraveled world whose margin fades forever and forever, even when I move. So what is he saying? But all these experiences have not satisfied his desire for traveling. What is he saying? This experience, he has compared life and experience both to an arch. So he has an appetite to see more of this world. He wants to see more and more of this world. He wants to explore this world. No matter how much of the world he has seen, still he wishes to see more. How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use. So he's saying that it is boring. It is very unsatisfactory to stay in one place, to stop from all the activities of life. And he has compared his life. I'm so sorry, ये मैं slide move करना भूल गई थी. So what is he doing? He is what is he saying? To rust unburnished, not to shine in use. So किस चीज के बारे में बात हुई? इन्होंने खुद को, he has likened himself to some metallic instrument or to a sword. When a sword is not used, or when a metallic thing is not used, what happens? It rusts. So this is what he is saying. If I'm not going to move, if I'm not going to go on these adventure journeys, even I'm going to rust like a sword. As though to breathe were life. As though to breathe were life. What is he trying to say? Merely being alive doesn't mean that you are truly living. Only breathing is not life. Life piled on life, where all too little, and of one to me, little remains. So Ulysses feels that life piled on life, it means multiple lifetimes. Even if he gets multiple lifetimes, it would be too little a time to fulfill all his wishes. But every hour is saved from that eternal silence, something more, a bringer of new things. So eternal silence here is, he's talking about death. That every hour that is left to live, every hour that is saved from death, he wants to explore more. He wants to bring new opportunities into action. And while it were for some 3 suns to store and hoard myself. So what is he saying? 3 suns. 3 suns means 3 years. This is not 3 days, 3 years. That these people, they have been storing and hoarding for themselves for last 3 years. That is, for last 3 years, they have been making preparations to set out on a new adventurous journey. And this gray spirit yearning and desire to follow knowledge like a sinking star beyond the utmost bound of human thought. So gray spirit is that he has grown old. Now he is an old man, but still his desire is to explore the world, to learn more and more. So he wishes to go beyond the limit of humans. He wants to see and he wants to know more. And here he has compared it to a sinking star, that he wants to reach to that place where the stars sink. Okay, where the stars sink. He wants to sail to that far away place. This is my son, my own Telemachus, to whom I leave the scepter in the isle. Now we see Ulysses, he is describing his son whose name is Telemachus, and he will inherit this kingdom of Ithaca after Ulysses. So scepter means, see, it is a ceremonial staff. एक छड़ी जैसी होती है जिसके ऊपर की precious, semi-precious stones लगे होते हैं, which is a symbol of authority, which is a symbol of power. And isles means the island. So Ulysses, he is saying that he is going to, or his son Telemachus will inherit his role as the king of Ithaca. That scepter and island, that will be inherited by his son Telemachus. Well loved of me, discerning to fulfill his labor. So Ulysses, he is saying he loves his son a lot, and he knows how thoughtful and how responsible he will be as a ruler. By slow prudence to make mild a rugged people, and through soft degrees subdue them to the useful and the good. Now what is he saying? Slow prudence, that is very slowly, with patience. Telemachus, he is going to work on these people whom Ulysses considers a savage. So he's saying he will, with patience, he will work on them. He'll make them civilized. So these wild people of Ithaca, he will make them gentle and gradually make them productive for his country. Most blameless is he. So Ulysses is praising his son like anything. He's saying, I can't find any fault in my son Telemachus. Centered in the sphere of common duties, decent not to fail, in office of tenderness, and pay meet adoration to my household gods when I am gone. So his son, when he was not there, he's saying he has devoted his life and he has performed his responsibilities really well. Telemachus pays proper respect to the people, and also he offers appropriate respect and sacrifices to the household gods. यानी उनके जो गॉड है, उन ये ना सिर्फ वो सारी प्रजा का टेलीमेचस बहुत अच्छे से ध्यान रखता है, बल्कि होम फ्रंट पर जो गॉड एंड गॉडेसेस हैं इनके, वो उनको भी बहुत अच्छे से उनको भी प्रे करता है. He works his work, I mine. So what is Ulysses saying? कि टेलीमेचस जो है वो इस रोल के लिए बहुत परफेक्ट है. So he will suit in the role of the ruler, and I will suit, I have a different role. And what is that role? That role is of an explorer. So he suits his role and I suit mine. There lies the port. The vessel puffs her sail. There gloom the dark, broad sea. So now Ulysses, he is looking and pointing in the direction of the port, and he's saying, there lies the port. That, see, there is the port. The wind is blowing and the sail of the ship are puffed, and he can see the wide, dark sea. He can see the wide, dark sea right in front of him. My mariners, souls that have toiled and wrought and thought with me. So he now addresses his mariners or his crew members. Those men who have toiled with him, that is, who have worked with him, who have explored the world with him and thought with him. Thought with me means who have gained knowledge along with Ulysses, that ever with a frolic welcome took the thunder and the shine, and opposed free hearts, free foreheads. So he's saying, he reminds them that these people, they have enjoyed those travels, right? Whether it was the troublesome time, bad times, or the good times. See, the thunder, it is symbolizing hardships. Sunshine is a symbol of good times. So these people, frolic welcome, joyously he is welcoming them, and he is saying, you have been with me through good and bad times. And you have opposed free hearts, free foreheads. That is, these were free men who had a lot of confidence, and they have always been with Ulysses. You and I are old, but now we have grown old. Old age hath yet his honor and his toil. What is he saying? Even the old age, he is acknowledging the fact that although they have grown old, but old age has its own honor and his toil, और उसका अपना उम्र के साथ हार्डशिप्स जो है वो बढ़ भी जाती हैं. Death closes all, but something the end. Death closes all, that is when they will die. Everything is going to come to an end. But means before. But we must do something before the end comes. Some work of noble note. He wishes to do some noble, some heroic work before they die. Not unbecoming men that strove with gods. So he's telling us, he's remembering the past when he had participated in the Trojan War. There, not only these kings from far and near had participated, even number of gods had participated in that war. So he's saying, we are those who had fought Trojan War with God at that time. The lights begin to twinkle from the rocks. The long day wanes. The slow moon climbs. The deep moons round with many voices. The light begins to twinkle. So here it is night. The stars are coming out. The long day wanes. The day it is coming to an end. Slowly the moon can be seen rising, climbing in the sky. The deep moans. The deep means the sea. Sound of the sea waves. It is as if it is murmuring, or it is murmuring. The sea is saying, as if sea is saying something to Ulysses. Come, my friends, it is not too late to seek a newer world. So Ulysses, he is urging, he urges his crew, come on, friends, it is not too late, yet it is not too late. Let us set out on in search of a unknown land, in search of a unknown region. Push off and sitting well in order smite the sounding furrow. So he is asking them to come on board, to come on the ship and push away from the shore, that they should start beating the waves with the oar. यानी इस ship को हमको आगे लेकर shore से आगे अब बढ़ जाना चाहिए. For my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset and the baths of all the western stars until I die. So he's saying, my purpose is, my goal is to sail beyond the horizon. He wants to pass the horizon. He wants to go beyond the horizon, beyond the place where the sun sets, and the baths. So bath, what is bath? It is the outer ocean or the river that the Greeks believed surrounded the earth. And they also believe that the stars descend into this ocean, that even they said. He wishes to travel until I die. That is, he wishes to travel until he dies. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down. So there is a chance, there are chances that they might sink. The waves might sink their ship. It may be we shall touch the happy isles, but there is also a possibility that they may reach the isles, that is the islands of the blessed. Islands of the blessed, it is the place where the Greek heroes like Achilles, they led a life after death. These Greek heroes, they found life after death there. They were enjoying their life after death on the island of the blessed, and see the great Achilles whom we knew. So he wishes to travel to that faraway blessed land and meet Achilles with whom he has fought the Trojan War. Though much is taken, much abides. So he's saying, although the heroic qualities that we had, that is taken, they have diminished, they are gone because of the old age. Much abides, but still everything is not completely lost. And though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven. So he is agreeing to the fact that now no longer they are those young men who had fought the war. That which we are, we are. And he is accepting, he is literally declaring that we are the same man that we were earlier. So what is he trying to say? That with time, although our powers have become less, our strength is not that as it used to be when we were young, but still we are the same souls. What we were, we had fought that war and we are still that. One equal temper of heroic hearts. That is, still they have that same temper, the same mindset. They are brave at heart and they are ready to face the obstacles or the dangers. Made weak by time and fate, but strong in will. Although their bodies have become weakened by old age, but strong in will, that is, but their willpower, their spirit, it is still as strong as ever. To strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. What is he saying? That they will strive. That is, they are determined to work hard, to seek. That is, they will pursue their goals, to find. That is, they are going to accomplish their task and not to yield. They will never going to give up. So this is the explanation of these lines. Something about the poem. So the poem, it was written in 1833 and it was published in 1842. Speaker of the poem is Ulysses. It is written in blank verse and it is in the form of a dramatic monologue. Now the question is, what is a dramatic monologue? So mono is single, log is dialogue. That is when a poem is spoken by a single person to an audience. यानी इसमें speaker जो है वो एक है, सुनने वाली जो audience है वो one person भी हो सकती है या group of people भी हो सकती है. So this dramatic monologue, it was initiated by Robert Browning. और Victorian age में आप देखेंगे कि poets ने बहुत सारी poems जो इस age की हैं वो dramatic monologue में ही उसी form में लिखी गई है. And it is said that the original book had one long stanza and there was only indentation at line number 33 and 44. ऐसा कहा जाता है एक ही पूरा लंबा ये इसका stanza है. पोम की जो टोन है वो एलिजिक है क्योंकि उनके फ्रेंड की डेथ हुई थी, उनकी डेथ के बाद उन्होंने लिखा था, तो इसलिए एक सैड नोट, एक मॉर्निंग टोन आपको इसमें दिखाई पड़ती है. And theme is that life is not worth living without some adventure in it. So because of the shortage of time, I would sum up here. Thank you so much.